Well, yesterday we had a teeny tiny win. Today we had an even smaller teeny tiny loss. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. Today is Tuesday, September the 16th. And yeah, we had a minor little teeny tiny red day today. Was in a good position this morning on a trade, but just didn't work out. But anyway, today really has been a sideways mess. If you look at the NASDAQ here, we opened this morning. And really from about the midpoint of the morning, about 10:30 on, we've really been chopping in about a 60-point range. So just a nothing burger of a day. Definitely not a good trading day, to say the least. I had one accidental trade this morning in the pre-market. Right here, I had an accidental short. I thought I was going short with evals and realized that I was in with my funded accounts. And quickly closed the trade for a loss of like $10 or whatever. So whatever. Let me think. And then I jumped into a short on the Dow Jones. This was the best trade of the day. Ended up being a losing trade, but this was the trade that I probably should have won. Maybe let's back up a little bit. So the setup here was a break and retest of the prior day low. This blue line that you see here is the prior day low. So we had in the morning session, we had, started to fall apart, kind of chopped our way down here, had a break and retest there short. If you can, very, very aggressive break and retest short there, but that candle wicked, took the entry here, got out with one profit target, the second profit target, and we just fell, and there really was no good entry, and we finally had this move back up. And then right here is when I decided to enter. I think the entry, and for some reason it's not showing that entry. That entry should have been somewhere in here, I think, is where I entered. For some reason, that's not populating properly. Anyway, it's there somewhere. I did enter a second trade of 2 contracts. Whoops, I moved this out of the way. I did enter a second position, and we started to go and then just pushed back higher. And then this is the bad part. My initial stop loss was somewhere right below this wick. And then when we got to my second profit target here, I moved my stop loss down to right here, right above this prior candle wick right there. That's what I was trying to stay above. And as you can see, I literally got stopped out pretty much to the tick on this, after the add-in. So there's the initial entry, profit 1, profit 2. The add-in was somewhere here. I think I added, I don't remember, but it was somewhere in here is where I added, and then we got the stop out right there. It just took me out, and then it continued to fall apart. So ultimately, the trade really didn't work. It was kind of I would have had a winning trade, even though the trade direction or the day really was incorrect. We are kind of starting to fall back below the prior day low here at the end of day. It's getting towards 330 or so right now. But had I not gotten stopped out there, my new targets were here and here. And had I not gotten stopped out, I should have gotten out of this trade somewhere in here with around $100 of profit and one more contract sitting somewhere down below price. So there definitely was an opportunity to get out of this trade with a profit, with a decent profit, and have a much better looking day. But due to my, I guess the thing that really was in my head today after this trade, I'm not that sad about it. It would end up being like a net loss of $10 or whatever. But my initial stop was here. And so I think a rule that I should create for myself is if I add into a trade, and this is where I'm still working on this, adding into positions. I've had some really, really nice trades with it. But then I've also had this type of a thing where I get stopped out. Now, 2 things. Had I not added to the position, I would have got stopped out, still would have been a profitable trade. The other thing, rule that I really think I need to add is if I add into a trade, the stop loss, if it gets moved, it either has to stay where it's at or it has to go break even, nothing in between. So either the stop loss stays after the add or we go break even. That's rule number 1. well, basically two options, 1 and 2, with the stop loss. Because two things, if I would have left it here, I really, if it does stop me out, I really lose another, maybe 15 bucks or whatever. It's not that big a deal. And then B, if I would have moved it, instead of moving it halfway, move it either all the way to break even. And then I get stopped out there. I protect that initial trade. So I think that's the critique of that. The mistake here was not the add-in. The only mistake in this trade was the fact that I moved the stop loss from here down to right above this candle wick. Well, that's not drawn quite right. It's more like there, but then I got taken out. So that was the mistake. Everything else about that trade worked out well. Now, granted, it wouldn't have been a big mover because we really ended up just kind of going sideways and grinding higher after that point. So, but still, lessons learned. Moving on, let me think. I took a couple trades on the ES that took some mental capital. This was just kind of the way the day went. So one of the things I was looking for was this prior day low, the blue line here, which is yesterday's low. This green line is Friday's high of day. So let me set the stage for you here. If you go to ES and we look at, let me just zoom in here a little bit. So here we have, this is today, this is today, this is Friday or Monday, and then here's Friday. And so this green line was Friday's high of day. And as you can see, we've pushed above Friday's high. We held it on Monday, pushed above it in the overnight, and I was looking for that to hold today for further upside. So that was the play there. Now, that did occur right here. As you can see, and I took this after we wicked. I was patient because I was initially thinking with the way this market was trending down, I would look for something to fall below, and we come back up, we retest it, I take an entry short. That's what I was kind of thinking. Well, this just wicked and pushed back higher, and at that point, I decided that this area is probably going to hold. I'm going to take the long. So I took the long, and I've got two mice on my desk, and I accidentally grabbed the wrong mouse and accidentally closed that trade. This mouse was hovering over the close button, which is where I typically have it, and I just accidentally clicked the wrong mouse and took me out of that trade for a small little win. Very frustrating, $15 win, like stupid. So I got back into the trade here, and then we had this push to the downside. And this push to the downside kind of unnerved me a little bit, and so I just got out of it, and we immediately pushed back higher. So I got back in again for round number 3. Finally got ourselves to first profit target. We started to get sluggish, and I decided, well, I'm just going to trail my stop. I'll just trail this 9 EMA or the 21 EMA, and I did get stopped out there. And then this, the market basically kind of went sideways from there. So, whoops, didn't mean to draw there. The market kind of went sideways, and here we are. I'm still sitting. If I would have left my stop at break even, I would have gotten taken out. If I would have left it here where it was at, I'd still be in this trade. Doesn't look that good. Looks like we might go back down and retest this. Not sure how this day is going to end, but basically, we are really, it's not a great trading day. Very choppy, very, very choppy, very erratic price action. But that trade basically put me at pretty much break even. I mean, we are down, anywhere from $1.59 to down on the Tradeify accounts. The commissions are higher with Tradeify, so I think those accounts are down about 18 bucks maybe. So as a whole, we're down $115 on the day. So let's take a quick look at TradeZella here, and I can show you the stats and kind of where we're at. So here's today, down 115. 43% win rate. Not really good here. I'm still above 1, but only a $19 winner, $16 loser. Just not a good day. But we are still green on the day on the week by 69 bucks, which is really nothing. But so we've survived for 2 days. It's kind of, I've had some mistakes the last couple of days, so let's put it that way. Hopefully we can bounce out of it. Now tomorrow we do have FOMC. We are expecting to see a rate cut, and I do expect tomorrow to be a little bit wild. So I want to be careful about that. That's probably going to be a little bit crazy. So we'll see how tomorrow rolls. But, in the month we're still doing okay. I think on the monthly stats, let's just take a look at this month. 5,000, 5,300 profit, 46% win rate, Profit factor here, average win to loss 1.7, so we did lose a little bit. We're down to 70 and 40, so would like to see this higher. I want to see that above 2 if possible, but in any case, so you know, you're going to have that. This has been a little bit of a sluggish week here for me, and if I can just survive and, you know, keep the week, if I don't win the week, at least keep the loss to a minimal. Obviously, I'm hoping not to lose the week. I'm hoping to at least find one good day of the next 3 here where I can have a nice win. So we'll see how that goes. But the other thing on the week, let me get to the right thing here. So I haven't showed you this in a while, but this is the spreadsheet that I kind of keep track of where I'm at and, you know, where we're going for the trades themselves. So far this week, if you look at right here in the middle, this is today. You know, on the Tradeify accounts, we are down about $10 per account on the week, and on the Apex accounts, we are up about $10 on the week. And on the Take Profit account, we're basically up 26 bucks on the week over the first 2 days. So granted, this has been a pretty light week, but yeah, that's where we're at. Obviously, if you look in the last week, we ended up with a small week, but we ended up making about 50 bucks on the Tradeifys, and some of the Apex accounts up 75. The new Apex accounts were up 140, and the Take Profit account was up 100. So decent little week last week. Again, taking things pretty slow, but that's where we are at. So we'll continue to march towards more profits, I guess. So all right, I think I'll leave you with that. Short trading day, not much of a win, not much of a loss. We'll take that, and we lived to fight another day and kept our drawdown intact, and that's what we're trying to do. So all right, once again, thanks you guys. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Don't forget that Apex sale ending next Tuesday. Also, the Take Profit deal is still going on, but thanks for using code BCT where applicable, and thanks for hanging out. And take care. We'll catch up with you on the next one. So long.